Ladies and gentlemen, alumni and friends, tonight's awardees and special guests, welcome to Clark College campus in celebration of Savoring Excellence. Tonight, we'll delight in all of the wonderful things that help make Clark one of the best community colleges in the country. Supported by a foundation and a community dedicated to launching thousands of students on their pathways to success. Join us as we celebrate the faculty, staff, students, and you, our partners and volunteers, who remind us every day that penguins can and do fly. Who better to demonstrate this than our very own Clark alumni, Miss Washington 2016, and the third runner-up for Miss America 2017, Alicia Cooper. Now, please welcome to the stage the leaders of our distinguished institutions. Robert Knight, President of Clark College, and Lisa Jabert, President and CEO of Clark College Foundation.
Thank you, and good evening. Welcome to the 2017 Savoring Excellence celebration. How about one more round of applause for Alicia Cooper, Miss Washington 2016.
I think what the world needs now is more Alicia Coopers, right? Wasn't she wonderful?
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. We are humbled and blessed as leaders at Clark to play the parts that we do in helping our students become all that they can be.
I couldn't agree with you more, Lisa. It's the best part of being a president. Speaking of which, there may be some people in the audience who might be a little confused by the fact that we are both presidents. I'm the president of the college, and you're the president of the wonderful foundation.
Yes, that's true. You know, Bob, I get that question too. That's why we've come up with a pretty simple way to keep everybody straight on this about our roles, and the best way to explain this is to really say that I'm the president who raises the money for the college.
And I'm the president who gets to spend it.
Yeah,
and
there we go. Yeah.
Can I have some right now, Lisa, please? Seriously, we're very fortunate for the very generous donations we receive from our friends and alumni. Without your support, we would not be able to do the wonderful things you see and learn about tonight. Our needs are great. You saw those wonderful students on those exhibits, and you've already heard a little bit of our student success, but you're going to see more, but we couldn't do it without your support. So, for more than 20 years, Columbia Credit Union has proved that they understand the importance of higher education and who the president of the college is.
Oh, okay.
From scholarships to academic programs, from special event sponsorships to helping fund our beautiful new STEM building and pharmacy tech lab, the fine people of Columbia Credit Union have been there every step of the way. All right, Lisa.
Okay. So that is why we are so honored to announce Columbia Credit Union as this year's recipient of the Presidential Award for Excellence in Philanthropy. Please take a look. When I think of Columbia Credit Union, they're everywhere, and their giving is widespread. I think that has occurred because their constituency is widespread, and so their value within this community, and particularly to Clark College, is that they value education, and they're willing to invest in it in order to make our community the best that it can be.
Education, healthcare, those are top priorities that we have here at Columbia Credit Union. The community's been very good to Columbia Credit Union. We started in 1952 as a very small credit union. We've grown to be the largest financial institution in Clark County. And it's the people of Clark County that's made us successful, so we want to give back to the community that's given to us.
Partners like the Columbia Credit Union are invaluable to higher education in our region. Our students benefit greatly from their generosity by having access to facilities and equipment that support hands-on learning. Our students fly because of committed businesses like the Columbia Credit Union.
The gifts that Columbia Credit Union provides Clark students help to provide innovation for our students, leadership opportunities, up-to-date technology. Our students are getting some of the best training.
Columbia Credit Union is deeply ingrained in this community. Our long-standing partnership with Clark College and the Clark College Foundation is simply an extension of the credit union's mission. Columbia's focus on quality education and a skilled workforce is evidenced by receipt of this President's Award and showcases the ongoing commitment of Columbia Credit Union to making life better.
Columbia Credit Union has been amazing because their giving has not been pinpointed to just one thing. It's easy for a financial institution to just come back and say, well, we do financial literacy. But the challenges occur so much broader. And so by giving back everywhere they look, they can make an impact throughout the community.
I believe that Clark College and Columbia Credit Union are closely aligned in our mission and our values, not only to our organizations, but to our community. So it feels like a perfect fit for us to support Clark College in any way we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting the 2017 Presidential Award for Excellence in Philanthropy is Columbia Credit Union's Senior VP and Chief Marketing Officer, Colleen Beauchat.
Good evening. Well, as you just heard, giving back to a community that's been so generous in their support of Columbia Credit Union for the past 65 years is just simply the right thing to do. And giving back to Clark College, our community-oriented center of higher education, the place that we come and gather to invent and reinvent ourselves so we stay relevant in today's workforce, is just simply a super easy choice. So we are humbled and honored. On behalf of Columbia Credit Union, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the chair of Clark College Foundation's Alumni Board, George Welsh, and the director of Clark College Foundation's Alumni Relations, Kelsey Huckel.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with our good friend and alumnus, George Welsh. Together, we will acknowledge this year's Outstanding Alumni Award recipients and our newest rising star, who you will soon learn really is connected to the stars.
For many of you who have attended this event in the past, you will recognize that this is the first time that we've included this distinguished segment in this celebration. So we believe that once you see the things that these alumni have done, their wonderful achievements, that you'll agree with me that they deserve all the attention and the acclaim that we'll be giving them tonight.
Clark College has more than 60,000 alumni throughout the nation and the world. These wonderful penguins own businesses or run large companies. They work in important government and civic operations. They are artists and writers and cutting-edge scientists. They help take care of the sick and underrepresented. And on a happy note, they are creating mouth-watering dishes for the foodie culture of today.
You know, that's pretty remarkable. Over 60,000 Clark College alumni. I think that's what President Bob calls the Penguin Nation. And it's great that we have representatives in the community and around the world that are representing Clark College. And the vast majority of them live within a 170-mile radius of Southwest Washington. In fact, you might be sitting next to a penguin right now. Possible.
Throughout tonight's program, you'll be introduced to some truly outstanding men and women who represent the best of the Penguin Nation. Let's introduce you to the first two recipients of the 2017 Outstanding Alumni Awards. Please take a look.
I don't think anything can prepare you, whether you're a male or a female, for getting. The diesel industry is a rough and tumble industry. You have to stay on top of a lot of data, and you have to stay strong and healthy.
I think she's a role model, not only to women, but to men. She took the skills she learned at Clark, honed her level of skill to be a journeyman, then also start your own business. I think that's an inspiration for my students and for me, actually.
We have a small satellite shop, and then we've got a big brand new shop that we're super proud of. We thought we were going to be this little tiny thing and pick and choose, and it's like 24 hours a day. People climb my balcony and knock on my bedroom window shamelessly.
Definitely driven and dedicated, without a doubt. I mean, she always did a very good job with things. She'd pack as much load bank cable as I did, or whatever we were doing. She'd dive right into it, not think twice.
My favorite memory is the summer before I started Clark. When I knew I was coming to the school and I knew I was going to play on the team, I wasn't just a guy at open gym. I was like the guy coming to his college to play ball with the other people, and it made me feel like special in a way that I didn't feel before. I think anytime you get acknowledged, it's like it's encouragement for you to continue something that is paying dividends. And I feel like for Clark to acknowledge me at this moment in my career is special because this is so integral to my start. Whatever I do in a classroom at Columbia University, at New York University, like if I trace it back, I have to trace it back to Clark Community College.
Soon to be performing at their annual year-end concert next month, please welcome to the stage Clark College's outstanding women's ensemble, directed by Dr. Jacob Funk. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the Chair of Clark College's Board of Trustees, Jada Rupley, and the Chair of Clark College's Foundation Board of Directors, Cherie Nygaard.
Good evening, alumni, faculty, students, and friends of Clark College. It's wonderful to be with you this evening with all of these people who make Clark College do what it does so well. The truth is, it takes a lot of people, more than 2,500 faculty and staff, as well as hundreds of volunteers.
Clark College and Clark College Foundation have both a unique and powerful relationship. Both have distinct leadership bodies, and yet we have the same mandate. And that mandate is that we are to support Clark College, the best college in the Northwest and in our nation.
Jada and I are extremely proud to represent these two leadership bodies that work with Clark College to train and graduate the men and women in this community who seek a better life for themselves and their families.
Together we form a lasting team that strives to place our students front and center and give them the wings to fly. Join Cherie and I as we have this video for you to watch.
For more than 8 decades, Clark College has provided the residents of Southwest Washington and beyond high-quality education that is innovative and affordable. Whether it's healthcare, business, the arts, technology, or science, Clark College is an educational leader, helping Southwest Washington be one of the most livable and productive regions in the Northwest. Today, Clark adds well over $500 million to the region's economy each year through operational spending, as well as the purchases students and alumni make every day. Over the last decade, more than 25,000 students received degrees or certificates. As a result, they were ready to enter the workforce, continue their education, or prepare for other goals. Clark is also recognized as one of the nation's top 150 community colleges by the Aspen Institute's College Excellence program.
At Clark College, we're all about the student. Our faculty are student-centered and teaching-focused. Our students defy expectations each and every day.
The college's longtime fundraising partner is the award-winning Clark College Foundation. Since 1973, the foundation has provided student scholarships, support for programs and infrastructure, and has connected the college to a wide variety of community resources and philanthropic partners. The college's alumni profoundly affect this region and beyond. In Southwest Washington alone, alumni add more than $425 million to the economy. They are New York Times best-selling authors, inventors, engineers, environmentalists, successful business leaders, and exceptional teachers. A $28 million bequest from Roy Anderson in 1996 forever changed the foundation's ability to serve the college and its students. Today, the foundation continues to stand side by side with Clark College and our community partners to inspire the joy of philanthropy in support of student success and program excellence.
Clark College Foundation and Clark College are true partners, and over the years, Bob and I have actually spent a great deal of time and effort trying to envision what the college has been and where it is going and how the foundation might fit into that.
Clark College and the foundation work each and every day on behalf of our students to provide them resources to help them be successful. So we're stronger together because we're 100% committed to our faculty, staff, and our students.
Clark College Foundation, and the Southwest Washington community are diligently planning for the future, 10, 20, and 50 years from today. The highly anticipated opening of the Todd and Maxine McClaskey Culinary Institute is upon us. Students are preparing to provide nourishing food and bakery treats for the campus once again. The revamped programs in cuisine, professional baking, and pastry arts offer students hands-on learning in modern kitchens that replicate the food and beverage industry.
We have a campus out in Ridgefield, 70 acres, the Clark College at Boschma Farms, where we're going to construct our first advanced manufacturing facility out there in about 2 years.
What's really exciting about this particular investment is it's a blank canvas. And this is an area, along with artificial intelligence, that is going to be critically important to bringing manufacturing and sophisticated manufacturing back to the United States.
We're also going to continue to look for scholarship resources. Our students are always in need of assistance and tuition, and scholarships provide that.
But it's not all just about tuition and books. It's about making sure that they can take care of their families. It becomes an ability for them to get through and make an investment in themselves without being saddled with the idea of how am I ever going to repay this.
And then we're also going to continue to look at offerings for applied baccalaureate programs that fit the needs of our community.
Clark College Foundation. We've been around a long time, and I can definitely tell you, we are stronger together.
Just who we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2017 Savoring Excellence Celebration. Please give an enthusiastic welcome for the critically acclaimed jazz ensemble under the direction of Professor Richard Inoue. representing some of our amazing students and faculty. Please welcome to the stage Michelle Pritchard and one of her outstanding professors, Amy Ewing Johnson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Pritchard, and I'm studying dental hygiene here at Clark. It's an amazing program, and I'm doing well. But I wouldn't be honest if I said things have been completely easy. I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and often it's tough, especially a program like mine. It requires dedication, time, and hard work. But that's okay. It makes me tougher, smarter, and I appreciate the things I have achieved. The truth of the matter is, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the supportive and knowledgeable professors I have at Clark, like Professor Amy Ewing Johnson. On behalf of all of Clark's students who want to accomplish great things in their lives, I thank all of our outstanding faculty.
Thank you, Michelle. As one of the dental hygiene program hygiene instructors, it is my privilege and pleasure to serve such inquisitive minds and eager souls, many of whom have come from very difficult circumstances and are just wanting that chance at life to lead a more productive and satisfying life. As their teachers, we strive for a environment that is collaborative, respectful, and hopefully a professional exchange of ideas and information. We hope that we are approachable and open, and that we actually have some fun along the way, just to relieve the stress of the heavy and difficult content loads. At Clark, our ratios for teacher to student are somewhere between 1 and 16, and some of the programs are even smaller than that. For example, in dental hygiene, in our clinical rotation, it's a 1 to 6 ratio. Yeah, that is a lot different than other higher educational institutions, where students often find themselves in classrooms of 100 or more. The more attention that we can give as faculty to paying individual attention and working hands-on one-to-one, the more successful we know that our students will be here.
To illustrate how important the teacher-to-student relationship is, we've assembled part of our critically regarded Clark College theater troupe to show what you can do when you mix quality instruction, good direction, and young creative energy.
Performing a dramatic piece from this year's featured campus theatrical production is the cast of Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge. The group is under the direction of Mark Owsley. Please enjoy.
What do you say, Marco? How about we go to the bounce next Saturday night? You never seen a fight, did you?
Only in the moving pictures.
Well, I'll treat yous. What do you say, Danish? You want to come along? I'll buy the tickets.
Sure. I like to go.
Make some coffee, all right?
Yeah, make it nice and strong. Just you wait, Marco. You see some real fights here. You ever do any boxing?
No, I never.
Bet you done some, huh?
No.
Well, come on, I'll show you a bit.
What's he gotta learn that for?
Well, you never know. Somebody's liable to step on his foot or something. Come on, Rodolfo, I'll teach you a couple passes.
Go ahead, Rodolfo. He's a good boxer. He could teach you.
Well, I don't know how to.
Well, it's easy. You just put your hands up like this, see? That's right. That's very good. Now keep your left up because you lead with the left like that, see? Now what you gotta do is you gotta block me. So when I come in like that, you... Hey, that's very good. Now come into me. Come on.
Please welcome two of Clark College's accomplished alumni, Billy Henry, a past Rising Star recipient, and 1978 graduate Jay Gilberg.
Billy, it's an honor to be on stage with you this evening to pay tribute to the Alumni Association recipients. Before we get started, Billy, we just met and I've learned some things about you that have been very inspiring I'd like to share with everyone. This year, two accomplishments for Billy, one of which is first time ever achieving the 200-mile Seattle to Portland bicycle ride. That was an achievement. And then to top that off, this year, 10 years ago, Billy had an idea to help those who are visually impaired to bring hope and confidence into their lives and started an organization that now, 10 years later, serves 1,500 people through the Northwest Association of Blind Athletes in 3 different states, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. In my book, that's quite an accomplishment. Nice job, Billy.
Thank you, Jay. I think congratulations are in order to you as well. Let me be the first to welcome you as the incoming president of the Clark College Alumni Board.
Billy, thank you very much. I'd like to mention that I've got some very big shoes to fill. Our current president, George Welsh, has been in this position now for just about 10 years. George has just done an amazing job. His leadership, his dedication is just outstanding. An example of his dedication, my understanding in the 10 years that he's been the president of the association, not once has he asked for a pay raise. So nice job, George. Thank you. Billy, I think you and I both agree that the Clark College has been quite an experience for both of us, and it's been a part of the success of our own lives. But you know, we're just one of 2 of thousands of people who have been a part of this organization. Tonight, we actually get to honor 2 more people.
Yes, including our final 2 Alumni Award recipients. Please watch the video.
There was just, so many great experiences at Clark. The philosophy professor here had us reading Teilhard de Chardin and studying the Lebenswelt, and so just approaching thinking from a completely different point of view. And I think experiences like that helped me, think in a broader way, both through my, other education and also as an attorney trying to approach problems. For the last 10 years, I've been on the Clark County Planning Commission, and I feel like that's where I can, devote my expertise to trying to build a better community through planning. I was on the alumni committee for a number of years, and I remember being on the committee nominating people for the award, and I remember people that got the award were a pillar of the community. So it means a lot that now walking in the shoes of giants.
I actually graduated high school barely with like a 1.9, and so I had to play some catch up when I got to Clark. At Clark, we had perfect class sizes, 30 to 40 people. I always felt like I could chat with the professor, ask them any questions that I needed to ask. I think Professor Shamrell was probably the most important along those regards. Shamrell would get so excited about what he was teaching, and that made it hard to not also be nerdy and excited about what he was doing. So I work on what's called a low latency pipeline to identify pieces of data that could be astrophysically interesting. So what we found was that we had seen the gravitational radiation, or gravitational waves from 2 black holes traveling close to the speed of light. And right as they merge, you get this like chirping effect in those like 200 milliseconds that gave off more energy than every other electromagnetic source in the universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you all the 2017 Outstanding Alumni Award and Rising Star recipients. Please welcome them and their respective deans.
For Presenting the awards are Dr. Tim Cook, presenting to Nancy Boyce, Miles Jackson, presenting to Dr. Debbie Jenkins, Corey Marquez, presenting to Gene Mack, Brenda Walstead, presenting to Steve Morash, Jim Wilkins-Lutton, presenting to Mitchell Jackson, and Dr. Peter Williams, presenting to Cody Messick.
All of us in the Clark College family are extremely proud of these people and their tremendous accomplishments. We're especially excited to tell you that this year's Rising Star Alumni Award recipient, Cody Messick, was part of a team of scientists that won the Nobel Prize in Physics for their work in gravitational waves. How fantastic is that? Congratulations, Cody, and let's give one more final round of applause for all of the representatives of the Penguin Nation. Thank you.
His 11th year serving as leader of the Penguin Nation. Please welcome back to center stage, President Robert Knight.
This one, that was a little shorter here. So hang tight. I'm not going to be on script for a little bit, but I do want to recognize someone, one of our elected officials that we didn't recognize earlier, and I'd be in trouble if I didn't. So Julie Olson, one of our county councilors, is here. Julie, thank you for being here tonight. And I can't help it, but when I see my talented faculty being recognized or up here on stage, when you saw Amy up here talking about her dental hygiene student and the small ratio of faculty to student, and when you see Debbie Jenkins winning an award as an outstanding alum, I can't be more proud of our faculty. Our faculty are top notch. All they do, all we ask of them is to teach. They're professional teachers. So when you think of Clark College and you think of a community college, we've got nothing but professional teachers here. We don't ask them to raise money. We don't ask them to go out and research. We don't ask them to publish a paper. Now, some of them do that, but that's not what their real job is. Their job here is to help that student. And we have professional faculty that do an outstanding job, and I'm so proud to work with each and every one of those faculty. So let's give our faculty a big hand for all the work that they do. The other thing I'd like to do before we get back on script, because I'm the president, and I can do that. I want to ask each and every student from Clark College who is here today, and we have a lot of them at each of the tables, please stand. I want every student to stand. So I want our students to know that the rest of the people in this room are here for you. The only reason I have a job, the only reason the faculty have a job, the only reason we have donors here, the folks that care about you at the foundation, is because we want you to be successful. And I couldn't help but be so proud as our culinary arts students were so beaming with smiles as they saw this new culinary arts facility that they're about ready to enter. Or our students that were at each of the tables tonight before we got here that were proudly showing their wares, what they're learning, the rockets, the STEM, the nerd girls. You know, nerd stands for not even remotely dorky, but they are a little dorky. They're a little dorky. I mean, let's just get around. But it's our faculty, you know, that lead these students. And anyway, congratulations to our students. We're here for you. We want each and every one of you to be successful. If you're not successful, I'm not successful, and the rest of the folks in this room aren't successful. So keep up the good work, and thanks for being here tonight. Okay, I'm going to get back on script now. But I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you for being here to support your community college. Again, congratulations to each and every one of the honoraries that were up here today on the stage. Well-deserving honor. It is our alums who really, really build and establish the credibility of the work we do here at Clark College. You make our reputation at Clark, the alums, when you go out there and they're successful. And so thank you for doing the good work you're doing. We are very fortunate that most of our alums remain in the region. I think it's around 75% of our alums who graduate from Clark College remain and work and help our community be a better place. And you know what? I guess it's okay that Cody left here. He's not in the community any longer to earn a Nobel Prize. You know, whatever, Cody. And you know, Mitchell, who's now a nationally renowned author, Mitchell left too, and he's doing real well writing books. And I guess that's okay too. But it's the support that we get from you, our community, that really provides that margin of excellence for our students. And I can tell you, we're the envy of the colleges around the state. Let me explain why we're the envy. When we needed equipment 6 years ago for our new mechatronics program out at Columbia Tech Center, it was you, the donor, that provided that equipment and raised the money, private money, to make that happen. When our dental hygiene program, when Amy and Michelle were up here, needed to upgrade its facility and equipment, because we already had a state-of-the-art program, but we didn't have the facilities and equipment, it was you, the donor, that stepped up to the plate. I had to put that in there because we had the World Series last night. Stepped up to the plate. Rick, do you get that? Are you getting that, Rick? All right. And made that happen. I want to say, in particular, thank you very much to the Furstenberg family. We've got, they're here tonight, the Furstenberg and the Foundation. Thank you for your support. You made that wonderful dental hygiene facility happen. When our state-of-the-art early childhood education program needed an upgrade to its facilities, it was you, the donor, that came forward to make that happen. Thanks again in large part to the Oliva family. Oh, by the way, we're not done. We've got a couple more projects in the early childhood education we got to get done. So we're coming after you here in a little bit, all right? When the legislature cut 15% from our beautiful STEM building across the street at the last minute, I mean, right before we were going to begin construction, they cut 15%, and we already had the building designed. We weren't going to redesign the building. It would cost money to do that. We came to our donor. Again, when I say donor, it's through our wonderful foundation. We came to our donor, and again, they covered that gap to make that STEM building happen. Thank you. And tonight, when we needed to completely remodel our culinary arts facility, it was again our donors' private money only that made it happen. I wanted to be very conservative and build a very nice facility at $8.5 million. But it was our culinary arts campaign committee, and you're not going to believe this, Rick DeCatch was part of that and the leader of that. But he said, no, Bob, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. And I said, well, if you can raise the other $2 million, and they've done that. And so we have a $10.5 million facility that's going to be the envy of any culinary arts facility in the entire Northwest. It's the only publicly funded culinary arts program facility within 150 miles radius. But I want to say thank you to the culinary arts the campaign led by Rick DeCatch and Mark Mathias from Beaches and Russell Brent from a little place called Mill Creek Pub. They were really instrumental in that. So let's give them a big hand for that support and making that happen. Also, I need to thank the Todd and Maxine McClaskey Foundation, who provided the largest donation for that project. Next year, we will be served. Next year, mark my words, we will be served at this event by our students from the Culinary Arts program. I could go on for a long time to talk about all things, what Jim Martin with e-learning, our Veterans Center program, all the support we've gotten for our Veterans Center, but I won't because we'd be here all night long. But again, we couldn't do this without the support of our folks in this community. I do need to mention Boschma Farms. When our facility master planning group determined that we needed additional land for future growth. It was a donation from a couple who immigrated from Holland, and it was our foundation that came forward to acquire 70 acres in Ridgefield for our long-term future. Believe me, the discussions weren't easy because we were taking a significant amount from the foundation, and we had to get this donation from the Boschma family. So we had some pretty difficult discussions, but they came through because I'm the president. So anyway, so the bottom line is all of this donor support, the Boschmas, and I just want to say that just a couple weeks ago, one of the Boschma family, Hank Boschma, passed away. And I want to say thank you to Lisa for representing Clark College at his memorial service, and we'll sorely miss him. But I can tell you, we're going to honor the Boschma family the right way. We're going to do what's right for them. There's going to be a nice monument out at the Clark College at Boschma Farms, exit 14, right there in east part of Ridgefield. And we're going to have a monument sign that really talks about the legacy of the Boschma family who immigrated from Holland and came here to Clark County to make a living and farmed for many, many years. And they took classes at Clark College to get their citizenship. So there's a direct connection. And their kids went to Clark College. So that's going to be on this monument. So the legacy of Hank and his wife Bernice will remain forever here at Clark College. And I can't say much more about the Boschmas. What a wonderful couple and family. So they're not here, but let's give them a big hand for that support. So the bottom line is all of this donor support is done to support the student success, those students that stood up here just a minute ago. And at Clark College, we don't talk about it, that it's about the student. We really act on it. Our faculty care about our students, and it really is about student success. And I try to remind everybody, each and every day that works here at Clark College, it's about the student. When we make decisions, it's really about the student. How is it going to affect the student when we make that decision? And that's really the bottom line here at Clark. We don't talk about it, we act on it. And we get the support from our community to make that happen. Tonight, you have had the opportunity to witness a lot of student support. You got to hear Miss Washington, you got to see her culinary students, you got to see the folks setting up on their displays up there at Geyser, you've got to see all the entertainment or theatrical play. That is students' success, folks. You guys understand the importance of education. Education makes the difference in a community. The more educated a community is, the better quality of life all of us have. There was a quote from an English professor that I've read, and I hope I get this right because it's not on the script, but it says, education is the soul of society that gets passed on from generation to generation. Think about that. Education is the soul of a society as it gets passed on from generation to generation. And we deal with students where 72% of our students are first generation students. They're not all the elite, although we have some very wonderful students like Cody who had a 1.9 GPA, the elite student Cody was. But look what we did. We transformed his life. That's what we did. Okay? Sorry, Cody. We are very proud of you, Cody. I'm telling you that. But that's what Clark College does. We don't deal with all the elite folk. We deal with folks that are not necessarily the historically dominant group of folks. This is non-historically dominant. We help those folks succeed. And it's not, I've talked about this before, it's that we want to close that gap because everybody can achieve at the same rate. Everyone can. I don't care what race, ethnicity, what your sexual background is. The data shows they can achieve. We've just got to give them that opportunity. And that's what we're striving to do at Clark. We're not there yet. But we've got to give every single student that comes to Clark the opportunity to succeed. And sometimes it takes a little more effort on a certain type of students, but we're going to try to make that happen. We are. We really are. And one of the leaders in our college is helping us make that happen is Debbie Jenkins. She was recognized as one of our outstanding alums tonight, and she's been a leader in this effort at Clark, and she'll continue to be a leader at Clark on this. And I'm learning as I go, and I'm telling you, I thank you for the work that's going on at Clark. So, all right, they're telling me to get off the stage now. So. But I feel so proud working here at Clark College. It's something I passionately feel about. I care about this community. And I just feel so proud about tonight and what our students accomplish, what our faculty accomplish. And it's just a fun place to work. I can't believe the Board of Trustees pay me for this job, but I'm going to take it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for two of Clark College's talented singers, Megan Gibert and Corey Weaver. Thank you.
I was lonesome, and when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit, you deserve expressions that really fit you, and so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By mere bis du shade, please let me explain. By mere bis du shade means you're grand. By mere bis du shade, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere bis du shade, so kiss me and say you'll understand. By mere bis du shade, you've heard it all before, but let me try to explain. By mere bis du shade means that you're grand. By mere bis du shade, it's such an old refrain, and yet I should explain. It means I am begging for your hand. I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere bis du shade, so kiss me and say you'll understand.
Please welcome back to the stage Lisa Gibert, President and CEO of Clark College Foundation.
Well, as a mom, yeah, I can tell you I could not be prouder, and I know her grandmother is in the room tonight, and I know that she's beaming with pride right now too. So I can also tell you that I have waited a lot of years to see one of my kids on this stage at Savoring Excellence. But tonight's about celebrating, and it's clear there is so much to revel. Tonight is about saying thank you. Thank you to the people and the organizations that recognize the investment in Clark College is a great investment to make. It's about our students and our community. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. In addition, special recognition needs to go out to the creators of that delicious dessert, and I heard many of you were wondering if there were extras around that you'd had just a few minutes ago. Wasn't that just absolutely fantastic? Yes. That, as I said before, was a collaboration between our bakery arts instructor, Allison Dolder, and Bonnie Bracer at Blue Door Bakery. And then, of course, our students helped out with that little piece of filigreed chocolate on the top. So let me have all of you join me in recognizing these culinary artists. And you know, if that wasn't enough, our new culinary students helped to decorate these culinary masterpieces, as I said, and next year, they're going to blow your socks off, is all I got to say. So, at this time, I also wanted to recognize one other special announcement and acknowledgement to Burnt Bridge Cellars and the other generous wineries who came forward and provided tonight's wine at your tables. Their names are all listed in the program, and I mentioned them earlier. So thank you so much for the wine that was provided this evening. You know, one of the best parts of my job is learning why people decide to give to Clark. The reasons why they give to Clark are as many as the individuals that actually go forward and give. So let me just take a moment and share a few of these stories. Eric Merrill and Jeannie Caswell are for the first to say that they've been blessed in their lives. They wanted their $100,000 gift this past year to go to an unrestricted fund so that the college can use it to support the areas of greatest need. That kind of incredible commitment requires tremendous trust and faith in our institution, and it says volumes about their feelings for Clark. Eric and Jeannie, thank you so very much. Tom and Jen Cook of Pacific Bells. This is one of the largest private owners of Taco Bells and Buffalo Wild Wings in the western United States. Now, these two have done something truly remarkable. As first-time donors to Clark College Foundation, they've dedicated $250,000, a transformational donation to help us build the ambitious $10.5 million culinary arts program and institute at Clark College. Now, I know that many of you toured the facility earlier this evening, and we could not be prouder of this accomplishment. Thank you so much, Tom and Jen. And Rick Tkach. Rick Tkach is of Vesta Hospitality, who is serving as our chair, as Bob had mentioned before, of our culinary fundraising campaign. Now, Rick did exactly the same thing. Rick, your support, not only for the culinary project in itself, but you have helped us to bring our vision of this culinary program to a reality. It's important to note, Rick, Tom, Jen, and all of those that were involved in this culinary project, they weren't obligated to do so. They're not alumni, but they saw the impact that this quality program could have with a state-of-the-art facility and what it would do for the entire community. It would impact restaurants, other food service organizations, and our senior facilities. That type of gift is an investment within our community and will make a huge difference in the years ahead. So Tom, Jen, Rick, Nancy Berkman, who also gave a tremendous contribution to this project, and all the partners of the new Culinary Institute, we thank you. And of course, that goes without saying, the Todd Maxine McClaskey Foundation. This one, it truly is part of my heart and soul. My father was involved with the Red Lion Motor Inn chain, and to bring this name to this program made the greatest sense. I was thrilled that we were able to put this gift together, and I know that we are going to bring back the classiness and the quality that the Pete's and the McClaskey name brought to us with the Red Lion Motor Inn chain. So whatever your reason, every single gift makes a difference in the lives of Clark College students, especially scholarships. According to the American Association of Community College students today are graduating on average with $16,000 in debt, tuition debt. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for anyone. But it's a lot of money, especially for students that are just trying to get a leg up and to get a fresh start. Fortunately, though, Clark students are better off than a lot of others. And the reason is all of you. For the first time in the college's history, students were awarded approximately $2 million in scholarships, awards, and other financial support from Clark College Foundation and Clark College. That means that more than 500 individual students got some sort of financial help. And that actually occurred in the 2016-17 academic year. We're going to be able to top that this year. And while that is a remarkable accomplishment within Clark College, we actually will need so much more. It'll take more than $8 million of endowed and current scholarship support to just provide a minimal scholarship to every hardworking and committed incoming first-year student and other deserving individuals each year. That is a lofty and a very, very important goal. But when we reach it, imagine, just like we've seen up here, the lives that will transform. But it's not, even about scholarships. Next year, Bob was mentioning about all the various projects that we have going on. Next year, Clark College Foundation will announce the largest comprehensive fundraising campaign in the institution's history. That campaign will support our outstanding technical training programs like automotive, our new advanced manufacturing program, and we will create exciting employment opportunities throughout our region. Other priorities will include continued support for the new Todd Maxine McClaskey Culinary Institute, technology and equipment, as well as programs to help students stay in college, complete their degrees, and their certificates, of course. But we need to recognize that the needs are great. And with your help, we know we will be successful. So stay tuned. There is so much more to come. So one couple who helped many Clark College students defy expectations is Glenn and Betty Tribe. Humble, wise, generous, yes. The tribes represent what it means to have giving, very giving hearts. And for years, their compassion has made a big difference for students and faculty. On behalf of the Penguin Nation, Glenn and Betty, this Presidential Award for Excellence in Philanthropy is absolutely the best thing that we can do for you, to show you how much we appreciate you both, and please take a look. You know, as I analyze every year and think about who I want to present the presidential awards to, I really think back as to who has supported the institution and how they've engaged with us over the years. And Glenn and Betty Tribe have been so unique in that.
For Glenn and Betty Tribe, Clark is a very special place.
That's where I met Betty, in her chemistry class. So the college has grown a lot from when we first started.
$33 a quarter is what I remember, and you could take anything you wanted to fill up the day.
What can be better than meeting at Clark College, falling in love, and then spending years and years of happiness? That alone, in this day and age, is honorary of an award. But they don't stop there.
We were at a dinner, and the speaker happened to be somebody who was encouraging to get your families involved. And that rung a bell with us because we both came from very humble beginnings. And to get a start and go through school and everything was a wonderful privilege.
And we were fortunate through the work years. We ended up with some funds that we're not going to need to live on. And why not share those funds with others that might be able to use them in a productive way for their own lives?
Glenn's mother was actually one of the first nursing classes here at Clark. And that particular scholarship is named in her honor.
So the scholarships that are offered through this generous gift benefit students in a real way. They have opportunities to advance their education or even get an education at an entry level that really makes a difference in their lives.
It also offers a step from high school into higher education for some that might not find that too easy.
Well, it's particularly rewarding to see other kids realize that that's possible.
Appreciate the recognition. I think it's overwhelming, because all we did was just kind of went along and did things that seemed natural.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to present the 2017 Presidential Award for Excellence in Philanthropy to Glenn and Betty Tribe. Glenn's here, Betty's a little bit under the weather, so Glenn's here to accept. So, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Bob and Lisa. I think you hit a home run here tonight. Yeah. What a view up here. Great to see you all. You probably wonder who this guy is. What's he doing up there? What did he do? I didn't do anything special. Betty got out of high school in Ridgefield. I graduated from Battleground. And about halfway through the summer, I wondered what I was going to do. And I thought, golly, why don't I just go to Clark? And so I did. And I wasn't a very good student at Battleground, but I had lots of fun going to high school. But when I got down here, I needed to be motivated, and that's what I got. I was taking pre-engineering, and it was tough because I didn't have very good chemistry. But I had a teacher that was a good chemistry teacher and a great motivator, Roland Dietmeyer. And if any of you ever had Roland Dietmeyer, you had a good instructor and a good motivator. He was great, and I want to thank him and his family. Michelle sat at our table down here and took the place of my wife, Betty, and I thank you, Michelle, for doing that. Others in our family that went through Clark is my wife, Betty's brother, Don, who's at the table here, and his brother, Walt, who passed, and they became dentists. And my mother, in later years, went through Clark as a nurse and became very good at being a nurse in later years. So, thank you very much. I appreciate the honor. Probably not deserved, but anyway, thank you both. Good night.
Lisa, you're up right now. Stay up. I can read your lines if you want to know.
I'll let you go for it.
Go ahead.
Oh. Well, Bob, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling genuinely overwhelmed by all these stories and testimonies of our incredible students, our faculty, our alumni, and our partners. We have so much to be proud of at Clark College.
Yes, we do. You know, I was listening to Glenn, and Glenn didn't do very well in high school like Cody. You know, Glenn, maybe when you grow up one day, you'll be like Cody, okay? But no, much of it would not be possible, the success, without the great partnership between the college and its wonderful foundation. As we've demonstrated tonight, our needs are great, but because of the continual support of this community, we're not only able to assist our students, but defy expectations. We're also able to help them to soar. That is the best feeling in the world as we wrap up this wonderful evening of celebration. Lisa, what's going on here?
I don't know. This is
Hey, what's going on here?
You know, Bob, I think you better go down there and figure out what's happening.
Is this the after party starting already?
I don't know.
They got the penguin here.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to go down here and check
it out.
You know, I see that Rich Inouye, our band instructor, is behind this. You know, Rich is an Air Force guy. And that's part. I knew when we hired him that he was going to be a problem. We should have hired an Army guy. So, what's going on here, Rich?
Well, Bob, in typical fashion, being the Army guy, you didn't get the memo, did you?
And hey, Rich, watch what you're saying here, Rich, okay?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. What was the memo I was supposed to get?
Well, we got somebody in the audience that we wanted to recognize. We're here to celebrate former coach and instructor, Mr. George Fullerton.
George Fullerton. Well, I've heard of George Fullerton. You know, George Fullerton spent 40 years here at Clark College as a coach and instructor. He's also a part of our, I think our...
Oh, look at that.
He's got a beanie cap, boy. You know, you're looking pretty good there, George. So, you've had such a long history at Clark. I understand you have something you want to tell this audience here tonight. So, would you like to tell us?
I'm here to present what's called a FAST program, Fullerton Athletic Scholarship Team, FAST. It was developed by my daughter, who happened to be sitting over here. And she invented this FAST program. Okay.
So, I understand it. Your daughter is behind it. You're not taking credit, but it's the Fullerton Athletic Scholarship Team. Okay, tell us a little bit more about this, George.
Well, it's going to be with 20 scholarships, and becoming a hurdler so that she can make a possibility of making an Olympic team.
Wow. So, if I heard you right, George, you're going to provide 20 these athletic scholarships on an annual basis forever. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I mean, folks, do you understand the ramifications of that? 20 athletic scholarships in perpetuity. That is amazing, George. Thank you very much. And you're going to ensure that Olivia, stand up. Another one of our wonderful, this lady, every time I see her on campus, she's got the brightest smile. She's got a wonderful personality. She's a tremendous athlete. And you're going to make her an Olympic athlete because of the scholarship? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I told her to be a hurdler. And if she becomes a hurdler, she has a good chance of qualifying for the Olympics. As a sprinter, I don't think she's fast enough.
You know, George tells it like it is. Olivia, are you listening to what George is saying? Olivia says yes. George, have you got anything else to say?
I got one more thing to say. Is that about these beanies? Okay. I watched professional football. I saw 5 professional football players wearing a beanie.
Okay, and where's this story going, George?
I'm selling beanies.
Oh, okay. So I think George is going to get into selling beanies to our professional football players. I think these think there's some money. Will that help fund another scholarship for us? Maybe will it be 21 scholarships instead of 20 if you do that? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand for George Fullerton, 40 years at Clark College, and he continues to give back to Clark, and he will in perpetuity. George, thank you very much. Are we about done? All right. Wasn't that something? I have a feeling you and your team have something to do with that. Congratulations again. Thank you, George. What a way to end the evening.
Well, you can say that again. But to bring things to a close, it's our pleasure to introduce you to Clark College's incredible concert choir under the direction of Dr. Jacob Funk, singing Yon Yon.
Yon Yon.
Yeah. Good night, everyone, and thank you for savoring Clark's excellence this evening. And we are looking forward to seeing you all next year.
Thank you.
Sing a-coo and yabba-dooby-da.
Thank you for attending this year's Savoring Excellence. Have a great evening, and please drive safely.